Ah, Rupert Rob Arthur lowe-key, the man who mistook a charity rowing boat for illegal migrants and thought he could solve the national crisis with a £1,000 donation and a quick tweet. Let's unpack this little gem of a mix-up, shall we? First, let's start with the elephant in the room, the binoculars. Now, I don't want to cast aspersions, but it seems Mr. Lowe may have been relying on a pair of pound store binoculars that he might have bought from a from a local pier or a beachfront facade shop. You know, the ones that blur everything beyond 100 yards and have a tendency to turn rowers into migrants or dinghies full of illegal migrants. There's a common issue, a lack of clarity both in optics and assumptions. Imagine the scene. Lowe spots a boat. Oh, it's a migrant! Calls for the authorities and start charging into action. In his mind, he's playing the role of a knight in shining armour, guarding the shores of Great Yarmouth. Dinghies, right now! Right in, now, migrant! He proclaims, clearly prepared to turn the entire coast into a fortress. Unfortunately, what he actually spotted were charity rowers, not migrant, raising, I think £100,000 for charity. It's sort of maculation of reason that only comes from a slightly overzealous love of vigilance. Now, let's talk about the impact of this slight error. First off, there was the delightful spectacle of the crew receiving a call from the Coast Guard, who asked if they could see any dinghies nearby. A bit awkward when you're the very one being mistaken for a threat. Migrant! I can only imagine the conversation that followed. Oh yeah, we do have a boat, but it's not quite what you're thinking. Then came the best part. The rowers, led by Mike Bates, a former Marine, had to endure the vigilante-style crowd of onlookers who evidently had mistaken them for invaders, not for heroic fundraisers. And to add to the fun, people were apparently shouting, "Where's the Royal Navy when you need them?" Oh, the irony, when they were on the boat. But fear not. Rupert Rob Arthur Lowe made things right by donating £1,000 to the charity. A good PR move, sure. But one has to wonder, is this just a quick fix after a big misunderstanding? And surely, as the MP for Great Yarmouth, he would have already donated £1,000 to the charity. No mass deportations for the rowers, but apparently the call for real deportations is still very much on. Oh, migrant! The rowers, with a delightful sense of humour, posted their own response on social media, calling it a moment of light relief. They even threw in a gentle jab. "We forgive you, Rupert, but next time, please, just pause before assuming anyone you don't recognise is an illegal migrant. In the grand scheme of things, this is an hilarious reminder that perhaps we need a little more pause before jumping to these wild migration conclusions. Let's not mistake charity for crisis, and maybe next time, Rupert Rob Arthur Lowe, double check the binoculars and the facts before launching into vigilante mode."